See this on the screen. Drew, have you seen Kamala or no?
No, but it's
No.
fine. I know enough about her, so it's okay.
All right.
Yeah, don't worry.
All right. Well, I just don't want to ruin anything for you
No, don't worry. Yeah, I'll be fine.
by ruining stuff for you.
Jeremy says he's on his way.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's surprising.
Hold on a second. 8:03. Hit
Okay.
You are, in fact, watching The Dorkening.
You're watching The Dorkening. Stay tuned.
For all the geek news everywhere. Dorkening.
And this is The Dorkening. Trust me, I'm smarter than these guys.
Because the Dorkening is the best and most educational entertainment and information source that the Trauma team knows of. It's the best. The Dorkening.
Everyone thinks because you're a zombie, you don't know good coffee. Well, they're wrong. There's only one brew that gets my seal of approval. Deadly Grounds coffee is my guilty pleasure. The aroma is so intoxicating. It brings all of my neighbors out of the woodwork. Deadly Grounds coffee. Coffee to die for and zombie approved. It's good to get a little deadly. Use the front door! Oh, they're so disgusting.
Hey, happy Tuesday, everybody. You're watching Splash Pages, the comic book club. Yeah. Hey, we got an awesome show scheduled for you today. But as always, Velvet Joker, how's it going, bud?
Good evening, everyone. It's great to be here. Tuesday night, award-winning Splash Pages, a comic book club. Say with authority, Leo. With authority, my friend. With authority.
I know.
You know, it's always great to be here, and we're going to talk about some different storylines and what's going on in the comic world and the nerdy news.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Yeah, totally. Some awesome stuff going on. Drew, how's it going?
It's time to start the show.
It's time to start the music.
Time to let that. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Splash Pages. Yeah. I'm sorry, everybody. But
I couldn't resist.
the
I couldn't resist.
The reruns just aren't any better, so you might as well join us. So, hello, gentlemen. It's nice. It's just like old times.
Yes.
Oh yeah. We're gonna be Jeremy might be joining us shortly. I don't know. I can't speak tonight. I'm sorry.
It's the
All
heat.
right, there
Leo.
you go.
The heat.
I know.
That did not look like Deadly Grounds to me, Leo.
It is Deadly Grounds in a Starbucks cup. This is easy
all right.
transportation. Recyclable or reusable cups. But this is the chocolate peanut butter I'm drinking tonight.
So we have
Smooth and
lots to cover
chocolatey.
today. And
Do it.
I do know that when we get going, it's like herding cats with a straw. So, so I guess let's get into the comic news first, and then we can jump into our two stories to review today. Again, that's Two Towers.
Well, thank you for
two stories on the road to Terrificon, from what I understand.
AKA, next week.
Yeah, Jeremy. Sorry.
Be very quiet.
I'm sorry. We don't understand volume control in the nerd world. But I'm glad you're feeling better.
How's
You
everybody
smiling,
doing?
cackling, radio-headed looking SOB.
We're doing good. Should I laugh?
Sure.
Nah,
Go
I don't
ahead.
like to.
I'm okay now.
All right.
I have just the residual thing going on.
look
So
like
you can see like this eye. I almost look like I've had a stroke.
Oh no.
My eyes like.
You look like somebody about to tell a story about Harry Potter when they first met Ron Weasley's grandfather.
I was thinking more along the line of Forrest Whitaker, but maybe it's
no,
because
what I'm
I'm
saying is
so pale.
you're just so fragile right now. It's like, tell us a story. Tell us back when reefer was illegal, Grandpa Jeremy.
Oh my God, those days. Kids today really don't understand at all what it's like to have like this inner fear of just seeing a cop. Like you may not even have anything on you. I'm just like they like walk around just smoking doobies everywhere and stuff, and they're like, "F it."
Tom Segura, have you seen his new Netflix special?
No, I don't think so.
I started watching it, and he talks just about this, talking about how kids don't know how it is about how to get weed nowadays. You just go into a shop and get it. But like back in the day, you had to get in the car with strangers, and he's like,
Sit in a back alley.
Oh yeah, it's like we're going somewhere. Where we're going? And like it's hilarious. You should listen.
When I was really young, you were lucky if it was actually weed you were getting.
But then you would spend like 20 minutes taking the sticks and the seeds
Oh
out of
yeah.
it.
Oh yeah. It wouldn't complain at all. Just like this is great stuff.
But guys, what's that got to do with comic books?
Oh yeah.
Well, so we have some news. So Rich messaged me earlier.
I did.
Yeah, so you have something you want to cover today.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Hasbro has released the Selfie series, which is they can put your face on a Marvel, Star Wars, Ghostbusters, and a bunch of other licenses that are really cool for $59.95.
Wow!
You put your face on an app, and they shoot out a little figure out to you, right to your house.
Wow, that's awesome. We have a preview of some of these.
Well, Leo. Well, the really more secret part is not only do we find out this news, but we actually have a mutual friend, Leo and I, that works at Hasbro. And so they're working on a prototype. And Leo, I think, did you get the email, Leo?
I got the email. Actually, he sent me several.
Several prototypes.
Yeah, several prototypes. The first one coming up, and it sounds like these are coming out.
This is an exclusive.
Yeah. So
An exclusive.
So
Did I add both?
holiday season. Here's the first one here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Little He-Man action on the
Look,
Jar Jar
man.
Jeremy.
Oh yeah.
Jar Jar,
Nice.
you've been working
Available
out,
for the
bro.
2022 holiday season. Beautiful.
Yeah, and here's another one we got here.
Oh my goodness. That's
Wow,
me.
that is terrifying.
That is terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the hits keep on coming. So yeah.
Oh, that is
that
beautiful.
dude is handsome. That is a rugged, Kiefer Sutherland in the early years looking Widow's Peak right there. That is
and that's interesting. Venkman, huh? Interesting.
Yeah.
Venkman.
That,
Nice.
that dude can get it.
Yeah.
Now,
So
let me
if you
guess,
want,
what is there one more? I feel like there's one more missing. Is there Leo Pan as Han Solo?
no,
Or
I didn't have time.
it would have been pretty great. I also suddenly realized, because I'm doing this recording in bedroom because it has air conditioning, I look like I'm here for a Splash Pages slumber party. Like,
That's
oh my
okay.
God, this is gonna be so much fun. Let's do this. Yay.
Just gonna get comfy in our PJs.
I was like, I'm hugging it. I'm sitting in the bed. I'm sitting upright. I was like, well, there's no going back now. We're recording. But so, because our last couple episodes have been, let's say, distracted, I think we should try to follow a little bit more of a linear train of thought. So, does anyone have any news?
Totally agree. Yeah. So Hellboy creator Mike Mignola returns with Hellboy in Love.
Mm-hmm. Who could it be? Who could he love?
Who could it be now? I'm good. I'm fine. I'm very excited.
That's coming out later this fall, and for holidays for Halloween, Crypt of Shadows, an anthology book featuring Moon Knight Blade, comes out this October for a Halloween one shot.
There also, Leo, there's also other news from Mike Mignola. He's actually doing a one shot, an independent one shot through Dark Horse. I know because I actually covered the press release for Screen Rant. It's going to be a new one shot that he's doing with a new artist. It's a rising star artist. It's called Leonid the Vampire. It's coming out early October, and it's actually really funny because the book was inspired by the artist whose name is Rochelle Aragno. It was inspired by her. Like people do the Inktober. Artists will draw like spooky drawings for October. She did this portrait of a young vampire girl, and he said he just immediately a story just piled out of him. So he said it's going to be the first of a couple of collaborations he's going to do with her. The story sounds really cool. I'm not going to lie. I mean, they only revealed small details about it, but essentially it's a small village that comes across a shipwreck that has a coffin inside it and an even smaller inhabitant. And I'm sure you guys can guess where that goes. Cool. But yeah, so that's supposed to come out October 5th. It's called Leonid the Vampire, Miracle at the Crow's Head. So I definitely recommend people checking that out.
Nice.
Especially if you're a Mignola fan like yours truly.
Nice. Also on the docket, Disney released some footage for Andor ahead of San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That's this weekend, right?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Well, not Andor, San Diego.
No, I know. I'm just saying. No, I'm saying San Diego.
Yeah.
That's wow. Okay.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, they released the panel schedule as well today. I'm going to pull up the. I don't want to play the volume. Let me share my screen.
I saw Thina Finger and her fiance Rick. They were going out to San Diego.
Yeah, they're going to have a panel, I believe.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah.
So Leo, what is this about again? Remind me.
This here is prequel to Rogue One.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's going to be coming out August 31st, and August 17th is going to be She-Hulk.
August 17th?
Very excited.
Yeah.
Nice. Did we just lose Jeremy?
But we lost your audio, Jeremy.
Anything?
So
now? Can you hear me now?
We can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that was weird. I was talking for a while, and I was.
Yeah, you sounded very happy and passionate, and we've lost that sound clip for all time.
Oh, okay.
So, gentlemen, it just got delivered slightly to my right. Is 2 lump crab cakes on a bed of arugula with homemade tartar sauce and lemons right here. And this is the first time that this has ever been made for me. So I'm gonna squeeze some lemon here, boys.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and I'm gonna have to do a live tasting right here. I'm sorry to interrupt the show with this.
Man.
But,
I don't do lemon on fish.
This is an event here, so let's see.
I know. As if we didn't know Harley did more.
All right. Yeah, look at that. I got some nice lump crab up there for you, everyone. Yeah. We're gonna throw a little tartar sauce on that bad boy.
Down where it's wetter. Tartar sauce for dinner. Take it from me.
Oh my god, it's so good. Oh my god.
Yes.
This is a much tighter show. This week.
I know.
Tighter.
That was really good.
Hey, can I talk about something that I'm looking forward to in
Yeah,
comics?
please do,
Because
please do.
Funko, I was actually a very avid Funko's kind of stupid kind of person. And then they came out with this, and I'm like, I need all of these. These are, except for there's 2 that I don't really care for because they use like newer books for them. But this, like,
the book series, yeah.
Wow, that does look cool.
And it's hard plastic. Like, and this was only $20.
Wow, that's a good deal.
Like, for real.
Is that a background or is that a replica comic?
It looks like it's an actual comic in front. I haven't been able. It looks like a replica because it has. If you can see, the box down there is blacked out. So I would think it's a reprint.
No, it totally is a reprint, but still fine.
Oh no! No, I'm down with the reprint. Like, I just think it's so cool.
I mean, what you have to show me?
The only 2 that I don't like that they have out is Wonder Woman and Poison Ivy. They used the new 52 books for them, and I was just like, you guys, like, every other book was like some kind of like older. This one's like the only one I think from the 80s.
Yeah.
But like, actually, they're coming out with Miguel's got the not Miguel.
Miles.
Why am I Miles? They're doing the UF4 for his, and they got the reprint, but they're already sold out everywhere I looked, and eBay's already got them up at $50. So I'm gonna have to hunt on my own.
Which one is that? What?
That's the Miles Morales. The ultimate. It comes with the Ultimate Fantasy or Ultimate Fallout 4.
Jeremy, send me a link to that. What it looks like.
Oh, yeah.
When you get a chance. No big rush.
No,
okay. Yeah.
For my travels during the day, I hit a lot of I go by a lot of shops.
Oh, dude.
Jeremy,
they're usually at Targets and stuff. It's
Jeremy,
a
I know
Target
which comic
exclusive.
you're talking about too. So Yeah, that was his first appearance. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Just for those wondering, if you go on Amazon right now, the looks like some of them are on sale.
Oh yeah, dude.
Hey,
Like the Batman one is like you can find it on eBay for like $10. So like I'm gonna be scouting it out, finding all sorts of different deals on them.
I just ordered the
yeah,
Batman.
There's a
The
Scarlet
Batman is
Witch
so
one,
last season.
Vision. Let's see. I think there's a Black Panther one. My brain's fogging on me,
It's
but
fine.
they look really cool. I'm just
Yeah,
like,
it does.
Oh, there's a Nightmare Before Christmas with the VHS cover.
oh no, okay,
Ooh, that's
that's
cool.
kind of cool.
Oh, yeah, the Moon
Damn
Knight
you,
one is
Funko.
also. Yeah, I know. The Moon Knight one's also on sale for $17.99.
Oh, see, I paid too much. I got it for 20.
Leo,
There's a
speaking
Venom
of-
one for $19.99.
Leo, side note, speaking of
Yep,
things
that
that you
comes
spend
with-
too much money on, that
Oh, yeah.
Lego Atari kit that I think they posted about, I'm sorry. I think as much as I enjoyed seeing that now exists in this timeline, I think I more enjoyed everybody posting about how much of a trap that was for you.
Oh yeah,
Because that was far more entertaining.
don't do it, Leo. That thing's
gift-
like what, $500?
No.
Now, Leo, didn't like 4 or 5 episodes ago you promised your wife that you were going to
Yeah.
slow down on buying figures
Let me
and stuff?
do.
How's
let
that
me-
going?
Yeah, you reminded me.
Let me do your. You should allow me to help you do eBay hunting. It's so much fun.
Shit.
That was
Okay.
very.
Well, hold on. Well, see, this is what happens. Impulse buys. You know, Jeremy shows that awesome Funko. I
Mhm.
hop on Amazon and order Batman and Superman. Should I just cancel them?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Should we?
yeah. Because dude, on eBay, you can. I'm watching one of the Batmans. It's
Yeah.
at 99 cents for in $5 shipping. Like be a hunter. Don't be the prey.
Jeez.
Be a hunter.
This is how you remind me of what you
What?
really are.
Should I?
Remember, 2 weekends we got Terrificon. We'll be
Yeah,
talking
dude. Exactly, and they'll
Yeah.
probably be there. You can haggle.
Exactly.
Be like, look, I'll take all 5 of these for 80.
You won. I can just
Hey,
see
you know-
Leo haggling. You
just
want
put
to give me
J-Bo
that
on the
for
hunt.
$2.
That's
Between
true too.
J-Bo and
can
Jar Jar.
probably help you out.
You're going to get the best deal, Leo.
Okay. I just
Oh, yeah.
canceled both of them. I just canceled
Never-
both of them.
There you go. You
Never
always,
impulse.
you always ask of us. Now
Thank you.
you ask of others.
Thank you.
Although
thank you.
Yesterday, I guess, because I could have got it for $3 cheaper.
So here's what happened. I was on Amazon the other day, and I see a third-party Bruticus on sale for $60.
Bruticus? What's a
I don't know what that
Bruticus?
is.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Transformers.
What is
okay.
Combiner, all so it's the Decepticon with like all the combat
I
vehicles.
thought it was some kind of Roman.
So yeah, there's an oversized. So like if you see behind me, I have an oversized Devastator.
Mhm.
So there's a oversized Bruticus. It was on sale for $60, and I was so close to ordering it, but I decided to be a good boy and decided not to order it.
Mhm.
Trying to curb my spending a little bit, you know.
So, Leo, is that a Constructicon?
Yeah.
It is.
That was when they all come together. They
Hey,
form.
Jeffrey Peterson, how's it going?
Hey, Jeffrey.
Yeah, Jeff. But you know what this means, Leo? Is that
Yeah.
when I see you, it's time
Don't touch me.
I'm going to give you a little reward for your restraint and
Aw, thank
whatnot.
you.
And you're gonna laugh when you see what it is. It's very subtle, but it's iconic.
Is it going to be a special Ghostbuster?
That is so awesome.
No, it's not.
I
that,
really
but
hope
that's
we're
what really
making that because that looks really good.
Jeremy, if you want, you can see that in for real, and it doesn't need to be an action figure. For
I'm down.
$3.99, you too can break your back wearing a prop proton pack, 60 pounds or more.
Oh no,
every
thank
day.
you. No,
I am
thank you. I give
curious
you
what
cosplayers
the
mad
quality
props.
will be like, because I mean they've had similar things at cons where you could put your face on a character, and the
Well,
quality, at least in my experience, has not been great.
that's what I was saying, but I wasn't on mic. My ex had one done of her friend, and it was like $150, and it looked like shite. I was just like, you paid for, I would not have wanted that. But in the price point here is $60. So I'm really like, how good is this?
Yeah, I think I paid 80 for a Joker with my face on it, and I think I brought it home and put it in the drawer and never looked at it again.
Yeah. They look like grainy and like it
Well,
was
it all depends on the type of 3D print they do. You
it
know?
almost looked like they made it with sugar. Like for real, and put it on a cake. That's like I was like, what the fuck's wrong with that face? It's all pixelated and stuff. I'm like,
Well,
no.
let's hope Hasbro has it right.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, if they've got to be, but $60, that is such a good price point if it's good.
Yeah.
Did anybody else have any other
Dude,
comic news? Because I got to be honest with you, I did not. I didn't look at much.
Overstreet Price Guide number 52. Not that I'm buying it or ever would. Comes out tomorrow. Okay, nobody cares.
I didn't realize they were still making it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They still make those.
I was
Number
also
52.
like, oh wow, that's still a thing. Okay.
Let's see.
That's got to be confusing.
Oh, Florida Man #1 comes out from American Mythology Productions. It's writer Mike. I think it's Barone, but it might be Baron. It looks really cool. It was a Kickstarter and had a trade paperback come out, and I guess now it's going into a series and whatever, and it looks really funny. You know, Florida Man. How could it not be funny? And then there's this other book that I'm kind of interested called Artist Elite Presents #1. Tyler Kirkman's supposed to be a part of it, and Brett Booth. I'm not exactly sure if it's just like a one and done, but I think it's a formation of a whole new like comic book universe.
Interesting.
And it seems kind of cool.
All right. I saw Bob, our guest from a few weeks ago, Bob Takat, I think is the correct way. He had a sneak peek of a picture of Casey Jones with an interesting T-shirt on, and he said,
what's
look
that
for
about?
News coming soon. So maybe he's got some new Turtle stuff going on.
That'd be cool.
You know, I think that
I've been brown nosed in the man.
I think also a lot of the news is kind of been pushed aside because of San Diego. I mean, San Diego is always like the big announcement for projects, trailers, comic stuff and whatnot. So I think honestly, it probably was a slow week. Like next week, we're gonna have to put like 45 minutes just talking about what San Diego reveals.
Oh yeah,
Next week's going to be big. But so a couple news items that I had. Madam Web gets pushed back to late 2023.
Who cares?
Well, you know, if you didn't care about this, how about this? There was a hidden teaser for Detective Comics 1062. I watched it, and it went to a QR code. I scanned in the QR code. What the hell? They're doing a Batman opera.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. In their defense, they did do a piece of that in Batman Beyond, and it was really funny because it was Kevin Conroy singing, and you know, if you've seen that, he's got a pretty decent voice.
No,
you know.
Okay, I did see that, and I thought it was great. But this here is print.
Yeah.
It's going to be it's a gothic. I don't know. 4 issues, starting with issue 1062.
And it's an opera.
Leo is already over it.
Yeah, I am. Hold on. Let me bring up.
Really weird.
Yeah, let me bring up.
Enough Joker's going to be a musical.
So writer Ram V and artist Raphael Albert QQ take stage in Detective Comics 1062. Gotham City transforms into a gothic opera in Gotham Nocturne. So this July, an ongoing creative team is taking over to Story Detective Comics.
They use those words, and I don't think they use them what they think they mean. I don't think
Can
so.
we?
No,
Can
that
we?
is not
Can
what
we
that
review
means.
that? Hey Leo, can we review that and sing it? Because I think that would be fantastic.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Can you imagine?
This-
Just
Okay, well, starts in July.
I said no guns, no guns.
Yeah, so I don't know if the
Robin, your name is Dick.
Uh,
Your
the
trapeze
Joker
artist.
is loose. The Joker is loose. He cooked the goose. Oh my!
I
The
took
moose.
you under my wings.
All right, I think
because
it's clear
you're
there is no
parasite.
clear path to our show.
Well, another name drop. You can get all these wonderful comics that I talk about, especially Starhenge #1 from Liam Sharp at Box O Comics. That's with an X at the end, Box O Comics.
Look at that shameless plug right there.
Shameless plug-in. That came out last week. That's all 8 of the covers.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Some impulse buying. I'm sorry. It's a good story too if you get to read it.
Impulse buying.
It's a time traveling Merlin story. It's pretty cool.
Nice. Well, so there must have been somebody listening because
I listened.
Well, so we were recording Comics Paradox last Wednesday. It had to be around like 2 a.m.
Okay.
And we're talking about Speeding Bullets, which is a storyline, a alternate universe storyline, where
is that Brian Azzarello, Speeding Bullets?
That is I forgot who did it.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, so we were talking about the Batman, and it is such a kick-ass look. Why don't they make a figure for it? And lo and behold, they released today. McFarlane Toys is making a figure for it. So the storyline is Kal-El lands in Gotham.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. Speeding Bullets. Right. I'm sorry, Leo. That's the Elseworld where Superman ends up in Gotham, raised by the Waynes. They get killed. He becomes Batman.
Yep.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
I own that.
So
Really?
figure Batman, but
That
with
sounds
Superman's
cool.
powers. Yeah.
Oh.
You know, Jeremy, it is astounding to me. And by the way, fun fact, Jeremy, I did send Leo an extremely long list of Mark Millar books for him to read.
Very good.
So, and I don't think I missed a single one. You know, no stone unturned. But I would love, like, a lot of people slept on some really great Elseworlds. I mean, everyone knows like the greats, like Kingdom Come and Red Rain and Superman Red Sun, Mark Millar. There were a lot of really good one-shots that just kind of flew under the radar because people were like, oh, you know, it's just whatever. And I'm like, no, this is genius. Like, why aren't you reading this? This is amazing.
Well,
like, go fuck yourself.
If you want to learn more, every other Sunday you can listen to Comics Paradox with Justin, myself, and Brandon, where Brandon picks out a different Elseworld each book.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude.
Hey, when you guys are sharing those, you should share the links because I don't know where I'm supposed to be going to find the actual podcast besides Dorkening.com.
And can I try being like the Stan Lee of the Dorkening? I would love to make a cameo on every show. Because you just said that, and I was like, where? How many Elseworlds do I have?
Ooh, that's spicy.
What?
Yeah, I'm sure we can arrange that. Also, Zack Snyder's in the news today. Did you read that?
Yeah, that's kind of not surprising. Unlike Brandon, I liked the Snyder cut. I thought it was much better than the original cut. Not that I disliked the original cut either, but I'm a lover of bad movies, it seems.
Why are you singling him out on this, Leo? Like, you just give him the spotlight. Like, are you trying to make him a target?
And we still don't know what this mystery Zack Snyder news is.
Tons of bots,
podcast brothers.
Tons of bots and stuff were made to help share the build the Snyderverse, whatever fucking bull crap those toxic people were all about. Like, I wasn't one of those people. I was just
Thank
like,
you.
I'll watch it because it came out. I was like, cool.
I thought it was
And
a
when
more
I-
cohesive movie, this Snyder Cut.
I thought it was too, and dude, I was way more into it, and the 4 hours flew by for me. So
Yeah.
You know what, Jeremy? Because I like you and I respect you, I'm gonna withhold my opinion.
yeah,
because
I
have
you,
strong
Brandon,
opinions.
everybody else tells me how horrible it is. I know
No.
it's bad.
No. Listen,
I enjoyed it.
Listen,
When you shine
Jeremy?
a turd, it's still a turd.
Jeremy, I have sat through some truly horrible
Yes.
superhero films. Okay, like people can criticize the Snyder Cut as much as you want, but it's just one of those like y'all have never watched Steel and it shows.
Oh man. For
Okay,
real.
y'all have never watched the original Howard the Duck and it shows. You know,
And I love it. Love it.
you know, but
I enjoy Howard the Duck.
I do like Howard the Duck too. I can't deny it.
Male misogyny all wrapped into that little 80s flick. That is so good. So good.
but
And how many furries were born that day?
Oh, for real. Like, I'm telling you, like, so many guys were just like, I want
Leo,
to dress up
it
like
was
a duck.
Leo, it was a reverse Alderaan. Instead of a million voices silenced at once, it was 100 that just cried out in unison as they were born. So, exactly.
Oh, did you guys watch the newest episodes of What We Do in the Shadows?
No, is it out?
Yeah.
The
First two are out.
It was just the first two, right?
I'm
Yeah.
so
First two.
pumped. I love that show.
So good. So good.
Honestly, it's one of the best shows that me and Angie watch together. Also, fun
Same.
fact, I'm almost done with Stranger Things. I just have the finale. And this, I think, is my
Watch it in 2
favorite
parts.
season.
I would say watch it in 2 parts.
Oh, yeah, it's 2 hours. I like, for me, honestly, but this has been my favorite season. It's just the stakes have been great. Everything has just been fantastic. Argyle cracks me up. I was just like, what a great stoner stereotype, but still fresh. And again, I just think that this year we've been blessed with a lot of really great television. And I'm so thankful because I'm like, well, the world is on fire, but it's still got good TV.
Pizza Dude becomes a big player in the final episode.
No,
too.
Jeremy, no.
Big
And
player.
never forget,
No.
Papa was Joker.
Papa. Yeah, for real?
And we didn't talk about it, but Miss Marvel finale last weekend.
Yes.
I have to wait for one of my children to return from camp before I can watch the last 2 episodes.
Oh my God, Jeremy!
Okay,
I know.
so I have to
Go ahead. I'm okay with spoilers. I'm fine.
No, so gentlemen, I am not.
I already know that.
No, listen, I am not. So please let's just refrain. I do need to ask those who saw it all, because I still have yet to watch a single episode.
It's so good.
Is it worth
Yes.
giving a shot?
Oh
Yes.
Yeah, it's fun.
I didn't
If
watch.
you like Into the Spider-Verse, if you
Yeah.
like classic Spider-Man stories,
Okay.
Yeah, that
this
teenage
is
angst in this.
This is where you're at. That's your headspace.
Dude, and it's got so much going on in it. It's fun to like. It's fun to watch. Like, it's
There's one episode that I think some people are mixed on where they do like a lot of history stuff, but it all ties in at the end. So
Okay.
yeah, I still enjoy it.
And it's hard to say without spoiling anything, but it's yeah, it's MCU world changing, you know.
Okay. Well, listen, I will give it a shot once I'm caught up with all the other shows.
See, know what's annoying about saving it to watch with these children is none of them will even get that reference. I'll be sitting there and I'll be like, "Do you know what that means?" And they'll be like, "What?" And I'll be like, "Blah blah 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 blah," and they'll be like,
Dad, don't.
Thank you, Colin
Dad,
Robinson.
you're such a nerd, Dad.
I'm sucking all of your energies right now.
Thank you, Vecna.
I'll talk about this real quick because my new issue just showed up. So I have 2 so far.
Oh,
With,
look at you.
Comics with
Hold on, 2 of the same issue?
No,
Oh,
two different ones.
2 strong man.
Hey.
I'm loving
Popeye
that.
ripoff.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a Popeye variant called Captain Strong, and apparently he appears in 8 issues. I have 2
Oh,
of
we're
them
up
so
to 8
far.
now.
I think it's 8.
You better hope he doesn't get rebooted into
Now,
like whatever.
now Leo, are these like valuable issues, or are these just you just dig Popeye?
I just dig Popeye.
You just dig.
Now,
But wait, who do you dig? We've
Popeye.
discussed this before. What's his name?
Popeye.
Popeye
Popeye.
Popeye.
or Popeye?
Popeye. Because you do it with a little fast, like Popeye, and I'm just like, I was like, a pot pie.
Popeye.
It's almost like he's trying to do a little bit of Mario. Hey, Popeye!
It's a pizza pie.
It's a pizza pie, Popeye!
Are you gonna teach us typing now, Mario? That's what it is. Just
ASDF space.
JKL semicolon.
Yes, sir.
So,
That's how
well,
it
congratulations,
I had
Leo.
typing class.
So,
But yeah,
congratulations,
they're not worth
Leo.
anything,
Question.
but it's just it just means something to me.
Question.
Yeah.
Did we know the premise of Black Adam, like what characters were going to be in it? Because I saw another pop at Walmart yesterday that surprised me. It was I just in the dark, who's supposed to be in Black Adam besides Black Adam?
Dr. Fate, Hawkman,
Okay,
Atom
never mind.
Smasher. I think there are supposed to be others, but those are the 3 that I remember the most from the trailer.
Never mind. Okay,
yeah,
because I saw a
so
cool
the ones-
Hawkman pop. I was like, oh, and it said Black Adam on top of it. And I was like, oh, that's in the new movie, huh?
Yeah,
So the ones listed are Black Adam, Dr. Fate, Albert Rothstein, Hawkman, Cyclone, Amelia Harcourt, Isis.
They're smashing a lot in, huh?
Speaking about
a lot of characters.
The actor who plays him, Aldous Hodge, also did the most recent GL that Leo has put on Pluther.
Oh,
okay.
So that's the first time we haven't seen our boy Lamar as GL, and we got a little Aldous Hodge in there, and I thought he did a commendable job. I don't know, Leo, did you get a chance to check it out?
Not yet.
Not yet, just me. Huh?
But
all by yourself.
So I guess since there's really not too much comic news,
Though we just took an hour on it.
Yeah.
Well, there was a bunch.
Which one did you guys want to talk about first? Did you want to do Aquaman, or did you want to do?
Aquaman first.
Yeah, let's quickly run through our long, laborious Aquaman story.
Can I start it off?
Yes.
Is that okay?
Because I think I know everybody else's opinion but yours, Drew. So please.
Yeah, this was one of the harder reads for me. One, because I'm going to be honest with you, I'm kind of glad that a lot has happened since then, because I feel it's really enhanced the character. Because I'll be honest, with all due respect to the creative team, I was kind of bored a nice chunk of reading this. It was just, the villains were very hokey. I felt like I was really reading something that was very dated. The villains are very hokey. The dialogue is ridiculous. It was odd seeing Mike Grell on something that had nothing to do with Green Arrow. So that threw me for a loop for a bit, because I'm like, okay, what?
Yeah, and Bob McCloy did some of that too.
Yeah.
From New Mutants fame, who will also be at Terrificon.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So it was okay. I mean, again, this is not the worst comic I've ever read.
No, still not the worst.
Would I own this? No, but I do feel that
I could probably say One issue is probably the worst comic I've ever read, but I don't know which one it was.
But my point being is, I think that it just in my opinion, I've read Aquaman stories that I enjoyed more. But I do see why the storyline exists, because this was one of the first losses Arthur Curry really had as a character, you know? And let's just be real here. In comics, you are judged by your loss, you know, the guilt you carry for the loss of a life, whether it's a family member, whether it's a friend, whether it's a romantic partner. And this,
I did like the use of Mara.
Yeah, this changed him. And yeah, so that was my thought. So whoever wants to go next.
I'll hit it.
I bet you will.
I've never been a fan of Aquaman. This solidified that I should never read Aquaman. Drew, I have yet to read a story. Like, I even tried Jeff Johns' New 52 run.
Really? You didn't like
it?
It
was better. It was way better than this.
Well, yeah.
But did I like it? Did I care? No. Like, the guy's main power is that he talks to sea creatures, and that was the funniest friggin' thing in one of these issues where he's talking to sea eagles, and the editor had to make it a you know, hey, these are sea eagles, you know, because they're of the sea. I'm like, are we kidding? We didn't really need that little note. Like, I was okay with it. I'm like, Aquaman can talk to sea eagles, no problem. Like, everything. I had fun reading about what's that really hokey friggin' the fisherman? Was it the fisherman? The I don't know. He had he was so hokey.
Yeah, the bad guys were very hokey.
And the puns came out. It was so good. I was just like, that's so like 60s in the 80s. I was like, what happened? But I do, once the story really moved on, it did pick up a little bit for me, and I can appreciate different aspects. Like, as I said, I like the use of Mara. I thought that Aquaman, you know, had a lot on his plate. You know, he's the king of Atlantis. He's also trying to be a superhero, you know, and it's understandable that, like, you know, he's trying to, like, just doesn't have the time for all of this. And I guess that shows how human Aquaman really is, or whatever. And I think it was better when he was deposed and stuff. Like, he shouldn't be the king of Atlantis. He's got a whole slew of responsibilities going on. The loss, yes, I think that was another thing that made Aquaman, I guess, not likable, but more realistic, I guess, in a way. But a lot of the art throughout this series was pretty bland, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is what gave me migraines. I don't know. Somebody point me in the direction of a really good Aquaman story, and I will try it. But
challenge accepted.
I will try it.
I promise. Guys, so this was my choice. I apologize. First of all, I've always enjoyed almost everything that I've read of Paul Coverberg stuff, which is why I picked this, because he is going to be at Terrificon.
Actually, Rich,
the theme of the next two shows that we're trying to do artists from Terrificon.
When you first said this, Rich, and you said the death of a prince, I thought I had to be like, oh, the Clown Prince, and I had picked out a bunch of Joker stuff to put behind me. I was like, oh, this is going to be fun, Joker story. And then I look at it, I'm like, why is there no Joker story in here? What Aquaman?
Well, Jeremy, going back to the Terrificon that you and I went to the top of the roof party, and Paul and his old cronies attacked us. And ever since then, I have tried to bust Paul's balls about the fact that he killed Aquaman's son. So I'm like, I got to read this story. I've never read this story before. Little did I know that the story started at the beginning of the year and went all the way to the end. So we literally had to read like a whole year's worth of Aquaman stories.
Correction.
Correct. Years.
I'm sorry, Leo?
No. 4 years.
4
That was
years.
4
4
years?
years of Aquaman stories.
This storyline went from 1974 to 1978. 25 issues.
Right. Now Paul
it
did not
ended
write
when I
all
was
the
born.
issues. I think he wrote like the last 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah. Yep.
Where the story comes up. And listen, I agree with I more lean toward where Drew says it's not the best, it's not the worst, but more the end of it. I mean, what actually happens, the ramifications to Aquaman's life. You know, he loses his child. He loses his close connection with Aqualad because they end up fighting and almost killing each other. He loses his child. He loses his kingdom. And you know, in this, they kind of pitch him as he's kind of arrogant and kind of a douchebag, and he really leans kind of toward his hero side versus his fatherhood and his king side, and that was one of Mira's main complaints. So that's more the Paul Kupperberg writing that I'm familiar with. I didn't know we were gonna have to read 25 freaking stories to get to the end of the summation.
Yeah,
I saw how the first issue connected all the way to the last issue, but I was just like, holy
I really
crap,
liked the Starro issue. I thought that was fun.
It's a really roundabout way to get there.
But yeah, other than that, it was a tough read. It's better. Listen, guys, I don't think I've ever suggested not reading a storyline.
That was hard.
But I think you might be better to find a YouTube short version of this if you want to know the history and the drama and the ramifications that happen to Aquaman. I think that might be the better move. And I'm sorry,
Next time,
sorry, Paul. This is not your best. Probably not your worst, but this was not my favorite.
Did anybody have flashbacks when you got to Topo for the boys?
Flashbacks of the boys. Delish. Just you, Leo. Just you.
No, that's wrong.
But what? Quite contrary to the pick that I picked was a pick that Mr. Mollo right above me picked, which was the Wednesday comics, which I had nothing or no knowledge of and was pleasantly surprised.
From issue 1 to 12, that was nothing but fun.
Yeah.
You want to give us a little why you picked this?
Well, honestly, I love anthology books. I think that there's definitely something that's wonderful to be explored, and I thought that this was such a great idea and fun read because for simply $3.99, you're getting one page of a story. And I think it really does say a lot about the creators who do it because, how can you tell a story how can you tell a full story that's essentially only 12 pages long? That's half of a modern day comic book. And they really assembled some great teams. And the crazy thing is, and Leo, full page me.
There he is.
So, this is how it actually shows up.
Ooh.
And it's actually like a legit newspaper.
Oh, no. Wow.
Yeah. So,
that is so cool.
It's got the size.
You shouldn't have shown me that.
It's got the size and everything.
Okay,
And, it's, you can see it opens up and it's so great. And it's funny because when we were talking about it earlier, Rich was asking me like it came out 2009 and Rich was like, how did I miss this? You had to order it special from a store because it's of how it's made. They only they only put out a certain number of copies. But yeah, each story, there's literally something for everybody. And I also like that because I felt that everybody could have a favorite and maybe one of us could all agree. And plus, like I said, it was really nice to just read a story and it's all different. And there's a little for everybody. So honestly, I would love for us to discuss each one and which ones were their favorites. I mean, I know which ones are mine, but so yeah, so that's why I chose it. And two of the people who contributed to this are going to be at Terrificon. We have Dan DiDio, who did the Metal Men.
I like the way you pronounce that.
And you also have also work on the Metal Men. You have Jose Garcia Lopez, both of them, and then Walt Simonson, who I think has been Terrificon. I feel like he has. Jimmy Palmiotti, Amanda Connor. I know they've both been to Terrificons. Same with Brian Azzarello, Kurt Busiek, who did Green Lantern. I feel like Joe Keona is probably too. Same with Dave Bullock.
I liked actually how Keonis used his name in some of the artwork, so he actually shows how to pronounce his name.
Oh, I missed that.
It's I think it's issue 1 or 2 of the Batman story. In the background of the last frame of that story, of one of those 2 issues, there's a building with a sign on it, and it's Kihon, whatever, like lumber or something like that.
Right. So
it does it how he pronounces his name.
Just real quick, Jose is also responsible for the covers for the Untold Legend of Batman, which I
nowhere.
I love these covers though.
He's done. Listen, Jose's done a lot of work. I know because I've met him a few times. Got his autograph. He's a really pleasant guy. I'm very much looking forward to meeting Dan.
Yeah, if we get an interview with Dan, my one question is going to be Dan. So is it Dan DiDio or Dan Didio?
I thought it was Digio.
No, it's the. So I do have to ask though, guys, because there's a lot to unpack here. Do you want to go through each story, or do you want to just go your favorites? Because I mean, believe me, we can talk.
Well, I say let's start with our favorites and go from there.
I will start with one of my favorites was the Brian Azzarello, Eduardo Riso, the Batman story. I'm a fan of their collaboration. They did Batman Flashpoint, the mini series, and honestly, you can tell when a team just works so well together. And I love a good crime story, and I thought it was just fantastic from, the beginning when you have the clock tower death right up to the end when you have the confrontation in the graveyard. It was just fantastic. That is one of my faves. I loved Commandi simply because Dave Gibbons is the guy who wrote it. Dave Gibbons, most people know him as the artist for Watchmen. But he's also really come into his own as a writer. We've reviewed his stuff. He did the first Batman versus Predator arc. That was him. He wrote that. He's also done a lot of Green Lantern. He's done a lot of other great writing stuff. He also did the artwork for the Secret Service, which is AKA the Kingsman, with Mark Millar. Yeah, I love that. And I also say I did have a soft spot for Metamorpho because I do love both Neil Gaiman and Mike Allred together. That's just a 70 Tripsy dream team. Honestly, each story, even ones that I wasn't really thrilled with, they all had something I enjoyed. It's really hard for me to pick a favorite. Yeah. So those
for me,
those
for
are
me,
big-
there were quite a few favorites. I loved the Neil Gaiman Metamorpho. That was great. I always like his writing, and the art was really well done, and it was a fun storyline. And I liked that they were like throwing in all the chemical things into their speech as they were going through
the
changing
periodic
elements.
table.
Yeah,
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was very smartly done. Yeah, the Batman was also fun, and although I didn't enjoy the storyline as much, the Lee Bermejo Superman story, the art was just phenomenal. And I really liked the Dead Man story. That
Dead
was
Man
good
was
too. And I gotta say, I'm gonna keep going. I mean, the Teen Titans, the writing in that, what the sublimation of that story, I didn't really know where it was going. And I was like, do I like this? Do I not like this? But then when it came to the end, I was like, oh, that's awesome. And then the Supergirl story was super fun.
Yeah, chasing after Crypto and Streaky.
Yeah, how could you not enjoy that?
I also will say I did enjoy Paul Pope's Strange Adventures. I felt it had that Paul Pope, his style fits the strange, weird world of Adam's I think it was Adam Strange. And it had that nice feel to it, like it felt very much like an old school pulp comic in that regard.
Sure, a little heavy metal-esque.
And I also found, to the credit the Metalman story, that was unexpectedly tragic. I thoroughly when some of those twists came in that story, I was like, wow, I did not see that coming. But I will also say, in terms of, I didn't say this about Kamandi, Ryan Sook, the guy who did the artwork for that, I mean, that artwork is just gorgeous. I've been dying to meet him for years, just to tell him like his artwork is just phenomenal. But like I said, each story had some great moments, and that's what I love. Like, you have to enjoy. Each issue had one page, so you had to tell the story in 12 issues that was comprehensive enough for one page for 12 issues. I mean, that's not easy, but each one of them did it differently, and it was awesome. I will say it was a little sad because for Sergeant Rock, seeing that Joe Kubert, I think it was Joe Kubert I think it was Joe?
Sergeant Rock, yeah.
Yep.
Andy and Joe, I believe.
Hold on a second, because I want to see who is what. Because, Adam. No, it was Adam was the artist, and his father, the late great Joe Kubert, was the artist. So it was just so great seeing that because you got to remember, back in the day, that's a part of DC's history, the war story, Sergeant Rock,
Absolutely.
So literally something for everybody. So Jeremy, what did you think?
It was great. Like, I don't know if it was because Aquaman or what, but it was so refreshing to read, and it felt so much fun. The Metamorpho story was hilarious to me.
Yeah.
The beginning, like, there was like all sorts of weird, like, funny commentary going on. The Superman story, even when like Superman's on the building trying to talk with Batman, he's like, hey man, blah blah blah, this, and Batman's just like, fucking pull your shit together, pretty much. And he's just like, why the fuck am I even talking to you? Like, it was just good comic storytelling. Each story had something that like made me want to read the next installment.
Yeah.
I don't think one story I was like, yeah, the Commandy was freaking awesome. I love mutant animals, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, stuff like that is great for me. You bring in, so cool.
Yeah, everybody brought their A game to it. So Leo, what did you think?
Well, the Lee Bermejo Superman story, I actually adored. I love his artwork.
Yeah.
The Batman story was good. It could have been a little better, but it was, I
It was
enjoyed it
Batman.
that they had to cover as much as they could in one page. Like that first Batman page, like as soon as I started reading that, I'm like, wait a second, it's just one story in one page. This is how the whole thing is going to be. And it was like, that's going to be difficult. But yeah, I enjoyed the Batman story. The Flash story it got so bizarre. And then that twist at the end is like, oh, that's why everything's completely fucked up.
Yeah.
The Superman story I really enjoyed, like at the end, when he realizes like what's happened and
Right.
he goes, oh shit, I got to go back to Metropolis, because we have the aliens there. But if you catch that little newspaper clipping with Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to say, and that the metal, what is it? The Metal Men?
Metal Men. Yeah.
That was a good story as well. And Supergirl was just fun.
Yeah, Supergirl was fun. And I also got to say, I enjoyed the team up between Etrigan and Catwoman, just because you wouldn't think that would work, but the way that Walt Simonson and Brian Stelfreeze, both who I've met, and they're great, fun people. It was again fun. It was nice to read some non-continuity, simple storytelling. Like this is not rooted in the New 52. This is not rooted in the past. Everything. This is just a good old-fashioned fill in the blank story.
Did it bother you, Drew? At least it irked me a little bit that Etrigan did not rhyme.
I have read the character when he rhymes, and I've read the character when he doesn't. For me, it is a little irksome because it is a part of the character's storytelling, but I've seen instances where he doesn't, and it's still a great story. I think it really depends on how the writer is portraying it. Like, for instance, I love when Garth Ennis and John McCrea were doing Etrigan during their time on the Demon, because the rhymes were very weird and bizarre and clever, and had that sort of devilish wit. But I've read one where he doesn't, and I still enjoyed the story regardless. But it was a little weird not seeing Etrigan rhyme. I was just like, I felt the same way when they didn't really make him rhyme the first time they showed him in the new Batman animated series, and then Brave and the Bold had him rhyming, and I'm like, yeah, this is so much better. So in a long answer, Rich, yes, it was a little weird, but it didn't completely throw me. I wasn't like, yeah, fuck this.
But that's okay. That's good to know that I'm not the only one feeling that way. That it draws that emotion out.
I will say though, there was one story here. I don't want to say I didn't care for it much. It just didn't really captivate me the same way. Was the one that we're looking at right here, the Hawkman, Kyle Baker. The story was good. His artwork.
Well, I was going to say something about that. So growing up, when I was real young, my first introduction to comics, my grandmother saved like all the Sunday comics for years and years and years. She had them in a stack in their in their storage, not storage unit, but it was like a little shed out back. Like literally, I think it was like 2 feet tall. It was like crazy. And I just remember going through all those and absolutely loving reading all the Sunday funnies, except for friggin' Prince Valiant. Like every time I got to that, I was like, what the hell is this crap? And I'd skip past it. And that's what Hawkman reminded me of. Like the artwork like this was like, oh shit, this is the Prince Valiant part of the book. So yeah, I just skipped over Hawkman.
Damn.
So, but
the grudge is still there.
You never forget. No, but again, guys, I wanted something a little different, but something that like kind of felt like back in the day. Comics started off in the newspapers. They were comics. And then they evolved to periodicals and stuff. I know I wrote my grad thesis on the evolution of comics, so I'm starting to catch myself falling into that loop.
Right, and for these little short stories, like some of them, like the Metamorpho story, excuse me, and the Metalman story, they really gave you a lot about those characters in a very short period of time.
Yeah, it like I said, I feel like this is the kind of thing that you don't see very often, and that to me was the really important thing, is that it's kind of a real master's class. I mean, like, look at what we're seeing here. You have Ben Caldwell is telling a story about Wonder Woman. I mean, most people would do 6, 8, 9 panels. I mean, he's got all these tiny little panels full of this wonderful whimsical detail, and it works, because he's created that narrative. They all made it their own, and like I said, the reason I suggested this is because I literally felt there was literally something here for everybody. And fortunately enough, this is kind of the mixer that helped make Aquaman taste good, at least for Germany.
I'm sorry.
I honestly, and I'm bringing this to Terrificon. So Jeremy, if you actually want to look at these in real, hold them.
Oh, I'm on eBay right now. It's getting a full set.
Yeah. Good. I mean, honestly, Jeremy, I'm telling you, like, it's one of my, and I was showing this off because this is me. I have so much of it signed by people I've met from it, including Allred, both him and his wife. They're great. It's such a good book, and I honestly, I love anthologies, and I really wish DC did more of this instead of just holidays. Like, I really hope that this kind of storytelling doesn't just become a museum worthy piece, So that's my 2 cents, but I'm really glad you guys liked it, because I was just when Rich was like, okay, Drew, just pick one. I'm like, okay, there you go. I picked one. You happy? Happy weekend to all of you. Like, damn.
I was happy. It was a good story.
No.
So you want to crowbar these bitches?
Hell yeah.
All right, Leo, set it off.
Aquaman, I'm gonna give a 2. The Wednesday comics, I am gonna give a 4.
All right, Drew.
All right, I'm gonna be a little nicer than Leo, just a little bit. I'm gonna give Aquaman 2.5. It's not the worst thing, but it definitely was a bit of a chore for me to read, and I've read a lot. Wednesday comics, I'm very biased. I'm gonna, to quote Rich, I'm gonna give it a 4.75 crowbars.
I see.
It's not a perfect book, because again, I rarely give 5s, but this is a really great read, and I honestly would recommend this to anybody, regardless of what level of comic fan they are. So, yep.
All right, where are you rating that tonight, Mr. JJ?
I'm gonna go with Leo on a 2 for Aquaman, though my review of it is bashedly horrible.
Yes.
There were redeeming points in it. Like, it wasn't all bad. And then on Wednesday comics, I'm gonna go 4.5. That it was such a refreshing, like, dip into a nice pool after like a super long day of like carrying long boxes up 50 flights of stairs and stuff. Like, it felt so good, and there was like some pizza next to it, and I was so happy. It was so good. So good. Thank you, Drew.
You're welcome.
And yeah, that was it.
Okay.
So what
Rich,
are you
what do you
giving? What are you rating Wednesday comics?
I said 4.5.
Oh, okay.
4.5.
4.5.
4.5.
And for me, I'm gonna do Aquaman, mostly because of the ramifications. I'm gonna give it a 2.75.
Oh, look at you. Give it the
Right.
highest score.
Yeah. And
I think
with
this is the
Wednesday,
lowest rated book we've had so far.
Yeah, I think so. And
Well, they can't all be winners.
with the
That's
Wednesday
true.
comics, I'm gonna give it a 4.33, 4 1/3.
Okay. So this,
Yeah, it was super strong. And anytime you give me a Neil Gaiman story, I get a little wood. So it happens.
Yeah, Metamorpho was so much fun.
It was a
dreamy
really
dream.
story.
Um,
Absolutely. So, Leo, we got anything else or are we gonna just wrap this biatch up?
Well, we can wrap it up. Yeah.
wrap it up.
So
Right,
I want to
so-
thank everybody for watching this fine evening. For me, just Google Leo Pond. You'll find a bunch of things. Could be true, could be not. I'm not going to say which is which. But you know what? The Dorkening Podcast Network is going to be at Terrificon. So head on over there to catch all us Splash Page people. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And so we're going to be there. Is what, the 29th, 30th, and 31st.
Yeah.
And,
Mohegan Sun.
Mohegan Sun. Jar Jar.
Check out Box O Comics. That's with an X at the end on Facebook, Instagram, and stuff, and get all your comic needs like Starhenge and the stuff behind me, and probably this stuff too. I don't know yet, but also check out Comic Book Lovers Buy, Sell, Trade, and Auction House. Once you buy all that stuff, you can go there and sell it off to other people. And then also, yeah, Terrificon is going to be dope. The comic artist writer guest list is like 2 arms length long. So awesome. Mitch is putting on another terrific show. So yeah, come see us and come see everybody else.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, I want that so bad. But the Drew one his hair looks so much better than mine.
Yeah.
Like, I look strong, but Drew looks scary. He's like, I will fucking bust your ghost.
Velvet.
Hey, here we are every Tuesday here at the award-winning Splash Pages, as I always say. But listen, guys, I am also excited about Terrificon. Not only are there great artists, but there's great voiceover people that are going to be there. The great Kevin Conroy,
Yes.
all the Justice League guys. It's going to be fun. That and the artists and seeing you guys in person is going to be fun. So
Yay.
yay!
And everybody gets treats. Yay!
Woohoo!
Yay!
Oh
Hi,
yeah.
Drew.
Hey everyone. If you enjoyed this, you can find us all at Terrificon if you haven't already been paying attention. We're going to be there. Say hello. Shake our hands. Tell us how much you want to show. Hell, we'll even have a little basket if you want to give money. We probably won't have a basket. But we're here. We love what we do. We can't wait to be at Terrificon. It's going to be a great show. We're going to be so busy. I'm places. I'm at things. You can find me. Figure it out.
Like Ghostbuster Man 1984.
Yep, don't forget it's Screen Rant too. Yeah. Look at that, and if someone wants to custom make that figure, that's cool.
That is so awesome.
I'll put all these pictures in the chat so you guys can have them.
At $60, I'm not against doing the Secret Santa, and everybody gets a friggin' action figure.
Thank
Leo,
you.
you got to put the article and then these pictures next to them up on the site.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So,
with that, we'll catch you guys later. Bye.
good night, everyone.
Hey,